frigo. Do you know Udin din 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 dun? Ma din 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 dun. Here's his story. Udin was an ordinary boy with a skinny body. Because he was so skinny, bullies near his house often made fun of him. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe if you hate bullying. One day, Udin looked at his body and decided to train and build muscles. While he was working out, someone gave him a special orange-flavored muscle milk. Udin was curious, so he drank it. He looked in the mirror, and wow! His body suddenly became strong and muscular. Udin loved it so much, he drank the orange milk every day. His muscles kept growing. But then something strange happened. His skin turned orange, and boom! His head changed into a real orange fruit. Now, Udin is a super strong personal trainer, and people call him Udin din 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 dun, ma din 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 dun. Udin dares you to type Udin din 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 dun in the comments. Do you know Tralalero Tralala? Here's his story. One day, an evil scientist was busy making a magic potion, but something unexpected happened. He was so focused on his potion that he forgot to steer his ship, and boom! The ship crashed into a big rock and sank to the bottom of the sea. The potion also sank deep into the ocean, until one day, a curious shark found it and accidentally ate it. Poof! Suddenly, the shark could walk and breathe on land. This playful shark swam to the beach and started stealing people's shoes. And that's how Tralalero Tralala was born, the silly shark who walks on land with stolen shoes. Tralalero even has a friend who lives in the sea. Can you guess who it is? Do you know Trippy Troppy, Troppa Trippa? This is his story. Trippy was a very naughty orange cat. He loved to climb on the rooftops of market stalls, drink people's iced tea while they were eating, and even steal fish from the fish sellers. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're not a naughty kid. Say Amin. One day, Trippy saw a shrimp inside the aquarium of an old man's fish shop. He wanted to catch it, but he fell, and boom! Suddenly he merged with the shrimp. Turns out the old man was actually a wizard who had set a trap for him. The wizard laughed and made fun of him, and gave him a new name, Trippy Troppy Troppa Trippa, the strange cat shrimp we now know. But Trippy Troppy isn't alone. He has a rival, another cat anomaly. Can you guess who it is? Do you know Bombardiro Crocodiro? This is his story. Bombardiro was a crocodile raised by a military scientist named Jason. Jason took care of him since he was little. Before we continue, like and subscribe if you love all animals. One day, a military general ordered Jason to build a powerful fighter jet in just 3 days. But after 3 days, the jet still wasn't finished. The general got very angry and shouted at Jason. Crocodiro saw it and got really mad. He didn't like seeing his friend treated like that. He chased the general, but the soldiers saw him and started shooting. Crocodiro was badly hurt. Jason was heartbroken. He decided to save Crocodiro by combining him with a fighter jet. The result was amazing, and he named it Bombardiro Crocodiro. Together they flew to the general's base, and boom! They dropped bombs to get revenge. But wait, is his real name Crocodiro, Crocodilo, or Crocodino? Comment below. Do you know Bombardiro? Do you know Borbaloni Luliloli? This is his story. Luliloli was a small, playful capybara who loved to laugh all the time. One day, he laughed at a big capybara who was trying to climb a coconut tree, but slipped and fell. The big capybara got angry and started chasing Luliloli. But before we continue, like and subscribe to help Luliloli escape. Done? Great. Luliloli ran all the way to the beach and climbed a coconut tree in fear. He stayed up there for hours. When the big capybara finally left, Luliloli climbed down and walked away, feeling safe. But suddenly, bonk! A coconut fell right on his head. The coconut magically merged into his body. He became Burbaloni Luliloli. Now he challenges you to type Luliloli in the comments. Can you do it? Do you know ballerina Cappuccina? Here's her story. Nina was a talented and famous ballet dancer. One day after practice, she met Christy, her senior and also her biggest rival in ballet. They went to a cafe and chatted while drinking coffee. When Nina went to the bathroom, Christy, who was jealous of Nina, secretly poured a strange liquid into Nina's coffee. Nina came back and drank it without knowing anything. Later that night, when Nina got home, she suddenly fainted. When she woke up, she was shocked. Her head had turned into a cup of cappuccino. It turns out Christy had used a magic potion to try and get rid of her, but something unexpected happened. After becoming Ballerina Cappuccina, Nina became even more famous. Everyone loved her new look, and she gained more fans than ever before. Whose story should we tell next? Do you know Tung 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 Sahur? This is his story. Tunny was a night guard in a small village. One night, while he was doing his usual patrol, but wait, before we continue, if you're truly brave, don't forget to like and subscribe. That night, Tani saw two people sneaking into a villager's house. They were thieves. Tani shouted, "Hey, stop right there," and chased after them. A fight broke out, but Tani was outnumbered and got badly hurt. Suddenly, the wooden baton he carried started to glow with a strange light. And boom! Tani transformed into Tung 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 Sahur, a powerful hero of the night. Tung Tung now fights crime with a glowing weapon, and he has a friend who also holds a special weapon. Can you guess who it is? Do you know Bananita Dolphinita? This is her story. Nita was a happy dolphin who lived peacefully in the ocean with other sea animals. One day, a foreign cargo ship dumped banana peels into the sea. But these weren't just any banana peels. They were infected with a strange virus. Before we continue, if you love dolphins, make sure to like and subscribe. All done? Great. One day, Nita was swimming around her home in the ocean. Nita didn't know about the danger, accidentally ate one of the peels, and boom! Suddenly her body started to turn into a banana. From that day on, all the ocean creatures started calling her Bananita Dolphinita, the banana-bodied dolphin. She also has a best friend under the sea. Can you guess who it is? Tell us in the comments. Do you know Blueberrini Octopusini? This is the story. Nicky was an orange octopus who was naughty and loved to play tricks. He often squirted ink at turtles just for fun. But before we continue, let's all hope you grow up to be kind and successful kids. One day, a bird was flying while carrying a blueberry from a magical tree. Accidentally, the blueberry fell into the ocean and landed deep inside an underwater cave. Nicky, who was being chased by sea animals because of his naughty tricks, swam into the cave to hide. That's where he found the magical blueberry. He was so curious, he took a bite. Suddenly, a blue light shined all around and boom! Nicky transformed into Blueberrini Octopusini. He cried, "That's why you shouldn't be naughty. Blueberrini Octopusini has a best friend who is a dolphin." Can you guess who it is? Do you know Sigma Boy? This is his story. Sigma Boy is a smart little penguin who lived in a zoo in the middle of the city. After a long time, he got bored of eating the same food every day. Before we continue, if you love your mom, don't forget to like and subscribe. One night, Sigma Boy escaped from the zoo. While walking around the city, he found a piece of sushi on the ground and ate it. He looked up and realized he was standing in front of a sushi factory. He was super hungry, so without thinking, he rushed inside and started eating all the sushi. But he didn't notice that the sushi-making machine was still running. And boom! Suddenly, Sigma Boy got pulled into the machine. And just like that, he was turned into Brainrot Sigma Boy. Since that day, he returned to the zoo. But now he's different. He has a challenge for you. Comment your favorite food, or Brainrot Sigma Boy might come visit you tonight. Do you know Rhino Toasterino? Here's his story. Rico was a little rhino who got lost in the city. While running, he tripped and fell right in front of someone's house. That house belonged to David, a kind-hearted boxer who helped Rico and even took care of him like family. Before we continue, like and subscribe if you feel bad for Rico. One day, Rico was watching David's boxing match on TV. Sadly, David lost the fight. Rico was so angry he started stomping around and accidentally crashed into a toaster. Then, boom! Something magical happened. Rico fused with the toaster and became Rhino Toasterino. Rhino Toasterino even has a boxer friend. Can you guess who it is? Do you know Rhino Toasterino? Here's his story. Do you know Pee-Pee Potato? This is the story. Jake was an angry potato farmer. He always got mad and went wild when chasing pests from his farm. But before we continue, please like and subscribe to this video. May you all become successful kids in the future. Amin. One day, while Jake was taking a nap, a hamster named Pippi sneaked into his farm and started munching on the potatoes happily. Jake woke up because he heard a loud noise in his farm. Pippi didn't notice Jake behind him and just kept eating. Suddenly, Jake threw pest repellent at him and boom! The liquid made Pippi's body fuse with a potato. Jake saw what happened and bursted out laughing. Since then, he's been called Pippi Potato. Pippi Potato has a raccoon friend. Who do you think it is? Write it in the comments. Do you know Tigrilini Watermelini? Here's his story. Tigril was a fierce tiger who lived deep in the jungle. All the animals were scared of him. But one day, a long drought hit the jungle. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. May we always have enough food and water, Amin. Tigril searched everywhere for water, but he couldn't find any. Until one day, he saw a juicy watermelon growing in a forbidden place. Tigril was so thirsty, he didn't care about the rules. He ate the watermelon every single day, but he didn't realize. The more he ate, the greener he became. And then, boom, his body fused with the watermelon. From that day on, the animals weren't scared of him anymore. They called him Tigrilini Watermelini. Tigrilini Watermelini has a crocodile best friend. Can you guess who it is? Comment below. Do you know Tigrilini Watermelini? Here's his... Do you know Pee-Pee Potato? Do you know La Vacca Saturno Saturnita? Here's the story. Nova was a brave astronaut with big dreams. One day, he wanted to break a world record by taking a cow named La Vacca to the moon. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. May we all stay healthy. Amin. They blasted off into space in their rocket. But suddenly, a huge meteor was heading their way. Luckily, Nova was super skilled. He quickly turned the rocket and avoided the crash. But instead of focusing, Nova started flexing in front of La Vacca, showing off his skills. That's when things went wrong. Instead of going to the moon, the rocket zoomed towards Saturn. The speed got faster and faster, and then, boom! They crashed into the planet. But something magical happened. Their bodies fused with the planet Saturn. When they finally returned to Earth, everyone called them La Vacca Saturno Saturnita. La Vacca Saturno Saturnita has an alien friend. I bet you can't guess who it is. Do you know La Vacca Saturno Saturnita? Here's the story. Nova was a brave astronaut with big... Do you know La Vacca Saturno Saturnita? Here's the story. Nova was a brave astronaut with big dreams. One day, he wanted La Vacca Saturno Saturnita. La Vacca Saturno Saturnita has an alien friend. I bet you can't guess who it is. Do you know Svenino Bombomdino? This is his story. Vino was a pig raised by a kind soldier named Wilson. Wilson loved Vino so much he treated him like his best friend. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment who your best friend named. One day, enemy soldiers attacked Wilson's base. Wilson and the other soldiers were outnumbered, so they hid inside Vino's pig pen. But the enemy found them and planted a bomb nearby. Vino saw his friend
Hi guys,
Wilson
today
scared
I'm back
and
in
hopeless.
GTA 5
So Vino
and I
made
thought of a really good idea.
Do you know Bombombini? Do you know Svenino? His friend Wilson scared and hopeless, so Vino made a brave choice. He ran toward the bomb and covered it with his own body. Then, boom! But instead of exploding, the bomb fused with Vino's body. Now, Vino had special powers. He chased the enemy soldiers and they ran away in fear. Wilson hugged him with tears of joy and gave him a new name, Svenino Bombomdino. But Svenino Bombomdino has a new enemy now, a fighter jet. Who could it be? Tell us in the comments. Do you know Ballerino Lololo? Here's his story. Lolo was a proud and arrogant man. He was a bodybuilder who loved drinking strawberry milkshakes. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe if you love milkshakes too. Lolo often went to the gym, and right above it was a ballet studio. He would always tease the ballet dancers, saying, "Ballet is easy. Lifting weights is way harder, haha." One day, the ballet dancers challenged him to dance. Lolo accepted the challenge and even danced while drinking his strawberry milkshake. But suddenly, he slipped. The milkshake spilled all over him and boom! His body fused with the strawberry milkshake cup. That's what happens when you make fun of others. The ballet dancers laughed at him and Lolo cried, regretting everything he said. Now, he's called Ballerino Lololo. Ballerino Lololo has a crush on a ballerina with a cup for a head? I bet you can't guess who she is. Do you know Ballerino Lololo? Here's his story. Do you know Glorbo, frutto drillo? This is his story. Glorbo was a fat crocodile who lived in a zoo. He was greedy and loved eating any kind of meat given by visitors. Before we continue, like and subscribe if you don't want to end up in Glorbo's cage. McDonald's burgers? Eaten. KFC fried chicken? Eaten. One day a visitor gave him a watermelon, and guess what? He ate it too. From that day on, Glorbo became obsessed with watermelon. Even when people gave him meat, he refused to eat it. Then one day, an old man gave him a watermelon. Glorbo gobbled it up like usual. But boom! His body fused with the watermelon. The old man laughed and revealed that he was actually a wizard. Now Glorbo has gone viral, and everyone calls him Glorbo Fruto Drillo. Glorbo dares you to try typing Fruto Drillo in the comments with your eyes closed. Can you do it? Do you know Boberito Bondito? This is his story. Bobby is an otter who lives under a city bridge, but he's not very good at catching fish from the river. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can all become smart people. Amin. Because he couldn't catch fish, Bobby often searched for food in restaurant trash cans. Sometimes he even begged for food. Two bald bullies would always tease and bully him. One night, a mysterious man appeared and gave Bobby a suitcase. When Bobby opened it, there was a full mafia outfit inside. He put it on, and boom! His body grew bigger, and he looked just like a real mafia boss. Bobby came back to get revenge on the two bald bullies. They were so scared, they begged for mercy and became Bobby's helpers. Now, Bobby is known as the powerful mafia boss, Bobrito Bandito. Bobrito wants you to write the name of your bald friend in the comments, or he might show up at your house tonight. Do you know Ballerina Cappuccina? No. Espressona Signora. This is her story. Do you know Ballerina Cappuccina? No. Espressona Signora. This is her story. Sonia was a smart police detective who loved drinking black coffee and smoking. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. And comment below, who's prettier, Ballerina Cappuccina or Espressona? Done? Great. One day, the police chief gave Sonia a secret mission to go undercover and catch a dangerous mafia boss named Vito. Sonia disguised herself as a singer and performed at Vito's bar. After her song, she walked up to Vito and started flirting with him. Vito smiled and gave her a cup of his favorite coffee, but without her knowing, he had secretly added a magical liquid into the coffee. And then, boom! Sonia transformed into Espressona Signora. Vito laughed and said, "I already knew who you were." Now, Espressona Signora has a secret crush on a mysterious man with a mocha latte head. I bet you can't guess who it is. Do you know Orcalero Orcala? This is his story. Orcala is an orca whale who lives in the ocean near the beach. He is very naughty, and all the other sea animals are scared of him. Before we continue, please like and subscribe if you are not a naughty person. One day, a man threw a shoe into the sea. It was a gift from his ex who just broke up with him. Orcala was jumping up and down in the water and didn't see the shoe. Suddenly, magic! The shoe landed on Orcala's foot and got stuck. Since then, Orcala became even more naughty. He liked to kick fishermen's boats and step on turtle shells while the turtles were swimming. So naughty. Orcolero Orcala has an arch enemy. Do you know Orcolero Orcala? If you are not a naughty person. One day, a man threw it and didn't see the shoe. Even more naughty. He liked to kick fishermen's boats and step on turtle shells while the turtles were swimming. So naughty. Orcolero Orcala has an arch enemy, a brainrot shark. Who do you think it is? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Il Cacto Hippopotamo? This is his story. Toto was a little hippopotamus, smaller than the other hippos. Because of this, he was often bullied. Before we continue, please like and subscribe if you don't like bullying. One day, Toto was feeling very sad and walked into the forest. There, he found a pair of sandals. He put them on and felt so happy, but sadly, it was just a trap. It was set by a hunter who wanted to catch animals to sell. The hunters put Toto inside a truck, but while they were driving, the truck crashed into a big rock. Luckily, Toto survived the accident. He was very hungry and started looking for food. But in the middle of the desert, there was nothing to eat except for a cactus. Toto couldn't stand the hunger anymore, so he ate the cactus. But the cactus was covered with radioactive stuff. And boom! Toto's body mixed together with the cactus. Now all the animals in the desert call him Il Cacto Hippopotamo. Il Cacto Hippopotamo has a friend who is a camel. Who do you think it is? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know? Ooh! Gangster futera criminalera. This is his story. Raymond was a leader of a gang. Many people were scared of him because he always got angry easily. He liked to kick the street sellers' carts when he was mad. Before we continue, please like and subscribe so I can make more Brainrot stories for you. One day, Raymond kicked a flower pot that belonged to an old lady who sold flowers. The old lady looked at him and said, "If you keep being naughty like this, you will get what you deserve one day." Raymond went home feeling angry. He kicked his house door very hard. Suddenly his foot started to hurt a lot and his head felt dizzy. Then, boom! His whole body turned into a giant toe. It turned out that the flower pot he kicked had a magic poison that could change people's shape. Raymond started crying and felt so sorry for what he did. Now, everyone calls him Gangster Futera Criminalera. Gangster Futera has an enemy, a mafia otter. I bet you can't guess who it is. Do you know Chocolatini Panciocioni? This is his story. Chico was a man who loved to eat. He really loved chocolate. Before we continue, like and subscribe if you also love eating chocolate. One day, he saw his little sister putting some chocolate in the fridge. Chico couldn't help himself. He took the chocolate and ate it all. But his sister found out and started crying. Their mom heard the noise and got angry. She said, "Go buy your sister more chocolate right now." Chico was upset, but he had no choice. He put on his sister's pink flip-flops and left the house. While walking, he saw an old lady giving away free chocolate. Without thinking, Chico quickly asked for some. But instead of taking it home, the greedy Chico ate it all right there. Suddenly, poof, white smoke appeared and Chico's body turned into chocolate. The old lady laughed and said, "That's what happens to greedy people." Now everyone calls him Chocolatini Panciocioni. Chocolatini dares you to write Panciocioni in the comments with your eyes closed. I bet you can't do it. Do you know Chocolatini Pancio? Do you know? Trick track baraboom. Il mio mantello fa rum rum. Here's the story. Eric was a man who loved eating and going on adventures. He really liked vegetables. One day, he went into the forest to look for a rare fruit, but Eric got lost and started to panic. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can always stay safe together. Amin. The day turned dark, so Eric decided to camp and cook the vegetables he brought. The next morning, he continued walking, but he didn't clean up his trash and left it everywhere. On his way home, Eric found a young bottle gourd glowing with a bright light. He was so curious about how it tasted, so he ate it. Suddenly, thick smoke appeared and boom! Eric turned into a bottle gourd creature. He didn't know it was a trap set by an old witch who was angry because he threw trash in her forest. From that day, Eric was called Trick Track Baraboom. Trick Track Baraboom also has a friend, a Brainrot forest guardian. I bet you can't guess who is it. Do you know? Do you know? Alessio! This is his story. Alex was a famous prankster, but he often pulled pranks that went too far. He liked to splash water on people's shoes, and he even cut the headset cables of people sitting in the park. But before we continue, like and subscribe if you are not a naughty person. One day, while Alex was doing a YouTube live stream on the street, he saw some kids playing soccer. One of the kids kicked the ball toward Alex and asked him to give it back. But instead of returning it, Alex ran away with the ball. He ran while filming himself on YouTube and shouted, "Guys, look, I got the kid's ball." But Alex didn't know that the old man whose shoes he splashed was actually a powerful wizard. The wizard started saying a strange magic spell. Meanwhile, Alex kept running with the ball until it began to rain heavily. Suddenly, then, boom! Lightning struck and Alex's body fused with the soccer ball. Everyone laughed at him and started calling him Alessio. Alessio dares you to write the word football with your eyes closed. I know, and I bet you can't do it. Haha. Do you know? Do you know Fruli Frula? This is the story. Fruli Frula is a toucan bird who often has insomnia. He can't sleep at night and always sleeps during the day. But before we continue, please like and subscribe. I hope you all can sleep well every night. Amen. One day, he didn't sleep at all. And because he couldn't stand the hot sun, he stole a man's sunglasses. But then he crashed into a wall, fell to the floor, and the sunglasses landed right on his face. The owner of a coffee shop saw Fruli and decided to help him. He took care of Fruli and gave him cappuccino coffee so he wouldn't feel sleepy during the day. Fruli Frula even has a friend who is a bird with a car body. Who is he? I know, but I bet you can't guess. Do you know Penguino Cocosino? This is his story. Eno is a big, chubby penguin. All the other penguins are scared of him because he often steals their food. Even the elder penguins have tried to give him advice many times, but Eno just laughs at them. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe, friends. I hope we all stay healthy and can keep watching Jansen Brain Room. Amen. One day, Eno saw a little bear cub drowning in the icy water. Instead of helping, he laughed at it, but suddenly, the ice under his feet cracked, and he drifted away with the current. For many days, Eno floated far away until he reached a coconut island. On this island, he could easily catch lots of fish to eat. Because he was so greedy, he caught way too many fish just for himself. The sea god saw what Eno was doing and became very angry. The sea god threw a coconut at him and boom! Eno turned into Penguino Cocosino, a penguin with a coconut body. Eno started crying and finally regretted all the bad things he had done. Penguino Cocosino has a friend who also has a coconut body. Who could it be? I bet you can't guess. Do you know Puccini Sushini? This is the story. Puccini was a pet cat who belonged to a woman named Emma. He was very naughty. He liked to climb on the cabinets, scratch the sofa in the living room, and even steal Emma's food. Before we continue, please like and subscribe if you have a pet cat, and comment below, what's your cat's name? One day, Emma ordered some sushi. When Emma went to the bathroom, Puccini stole the sushi and started eating it. But then, something magical happened. White smoke suddenly appeared, then boom! Emma started laughing. It turned out she had secretly put a special potion on the sushi that could change Puccini's shape. Since that day, Emma called him Puccini Sushini. Puccini Sushini has a Brainrot penguin friend. Can you guess who it is? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Puccini Sushini? This is the story. Puccini was a pet cat. Do you know Talpa de Pharaoh? Here is the story. Pharaoh was a pet. Do you know Puccini Sushini? This is the story. Puccini was a pet cat who belonged to a woman named Emma. He was very naughty. Do you know Talpa de Pharaoh? Here is the story. Pharaoh was a pet mouse who belonged to a miner named Henry. Henry loved Pharaoh so area. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell me in the comments, are you scared of mice or not? One day, Henry went mining with his drill, but he only found a little bit of gold. He thought about blowing up part of the mine, and when he did, wow, so much gold came out. But this also made the electricity in Henry's house break and spark everywhere. Pharaoh, who was chewing on the drill's cable, got shocked by the electricity and boom! In that moment, his body mixed together with iron and the drill itself. He turned into Talpa de Pharaoh, which means iron mouse. Talpa de Pharaoh has a hamster friend. Can you guess who it is? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Talpa de Pharaoh? Do you know Cacacito Satellito? This is his story. Caca is a smart little white mouse who was raised in a laboratory by a space scientist named Lucas. Lucas really loved Kaka like a best friend. But before we continue, make sure to like and subscribe so we can all become smarter. One day, Lucas was fixing a satellite he built and named Ceto. After finishing it, he launched the Ceto satellite, and it worked perfectly. Lucas was so happy and wanted to tell Kaka about his successful project, but Kaka was missing from his cage. Without Lucas knowing, Kaka had secretly sneaked into the Ceto satellite. The satellite launched quickly into space, but accidentally hit a meteor and BOOM! Magically, Kaka's body fused with the satellite. That's why he's now called Kakacito Satellito. But wait, the meteor wasn't just any rock. It had been filled with transformation liquid by a brainrot creature with the body of a giraffe? Who is it? Write your guess in the comments. Do you know Kakacito Satellito? This is his story. Kaka is a smart little white mouse. Do you know Trulimero Trulicina? This is the story. Trulimero and Trulicina were two siblings who loved going to the beach. One sunny day, they visited Brainroom Beach. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. When was the last time you went to the beach? When they arrived, they relaxed and drank some soda. Suddenly, they saw a cat drowning in the ocean. They quickly jumped in to save it, but the waves were too strong and they started sinking too. Out of nowhere, a golden salmon appeared. They grabbed the fish and boom, they all fused into one. From that day on, they became Trulimero Trulicina. Trulimero Trulicina is now the lifeguard of Brainroom Beach because there's a shark who keeps stealing shoes. Who is it? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Bombombini Gusini? Here's his story. Gusini was a chubby goose who was too scared to fly. The other geese often made fun of him because he couldn't fly like them. One day, his goose friends flew away and left him all alone. Gusini felt very sad. But wait, before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe so Gusini won't be sad anymore. Done? Great. One sunny day, Gusini decided to be brave. He climbed to the top of a cliff and tried to fly. And guess what? He did it. But suddenly, he lost control and crash-landed into a cornfield owned by an old war veteran grandpa. Gusini's wings were broken, and he was very sad again. The kind grandpa had an idea. He replaced Gusini's broken wings with jet fighter wings from his old airplane, and boom! Now Gusini is called Bombombini Gusini. All the other geese were shocked and started to respect and fear him. But Bombombini Gusini has an enemy, a scary brainrot crocodile. Who is it? Tell us in the comments. Do you know Coco Fanto Elefanto? Elefantucci Coconucci! Here's the story. Fanto was a very naughty little elephant. He loved knocking down trees where tiny birds built their nests, and he often sprayed water on monkeys just for fun. So naughty. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can all be kind and not naughty. Amen. One day, Fanto was taking a bath under a waterfall with his friend. After their bath, Fanto got very hungry, so he sneaked into an old grandma's banana garden deep in the jungle. His friend left him alone because Fanto didn't want to stop. Still hungry, Fanto spotted some coconuts near the grandma's hut and gobbled them up greedily. Suddenly, white smoke appeared and boom! His body magically fused with the coconut shell. It turns out the old grandma was a witch, and the coconut was a magical trap. Fanto cried and regretted everything he did. From that day on, his friends called him Cocofanto Elefanto. Cocofanto Elefanto dares you to name all the brainrots with elephant bodies. I bet you can't do it. Do you know Cocofanto Elefanto? Elefantucci Coconucci! Here's the story. Fanto was a very naughty little elephant. He loved knocking down trees where tiny birds built their nests, and he often sprayed water on monkeys just for fun. So naughty. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can all be kind and not naughty. Amen. One day, Fanto was taking a bath under a waterfall with his friend. Do you know Ganganzelli Trulala, Giraffe Mafiosi? Here's his story. Zelli was a skinny giraffe who lived with a scientist named Richard. One day, Richard was working on an experiment with oranges, but it failed. Frustrated, he threw the orange in the trash can next to Zelli's cage and decided to go on vacation to relax. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below. Where do you like to go on vacation? Zelli was left alone and super hungry. So he looked in the trash and found that strange orange and ate it. But then something crazy happened. Then Boom! His body turned muscular and strong. He kicked open Richard's front door, stole his clothes and outfit, and ran away. Now, he calls himself Ganganzelli Trulala, the new leader of the giraffe gang. But wait, Ganganzelli has a giraffe sibling who lives on the moon. Who is it? Write your answer in the comment. Do you know Pee-Pee Kiwi? Pee-Pee. Do you know Pee-Pee Kiwi? Pee-Pee Kiwi. Here's the story. Pee-Pee was a naughty raccoon who lived in a forest near a fruit farm. He was known for being super mischievous. He liked to sit on top of turtles while they were walking, and he often stole fruits from the villagers' farms. The villagers were really annoyed by him. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can all be good people. Amin. One day, a villager placed an offering of fresh kiwi fruits under a big tree in the forest. Pee-Pee, who was sleeping nearby, suddenly woke up because of the sweet smell of the kiwis. He followed the scent and found the offering. Without thinking, he gobbled up the kiwis right away. Then suddenly, poof! Pee-Pee magically merged with the kiwi fruits. The villagers came out from hiding and laughed out loud. It was actually a trap. Since that day, Pee-Pee has been called Pee-Pee Kiwi by everyone in the forest. But do you know brr brr patapim, il mio cappello è pieno di slim? Here's his story. In a quiet forest, there lived a proboscis monkey named Patapim, along with many other animals. They all lived happily together, protected by a magical old grandma who watched over the forest. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below. What's your favorite pet? One day, some people from the city came and wanted to build a factory right in the middle of the forest. They cut down all the trees and destroyed the homes of the animals. Patapim saw his forest being destroyed and got really angry. He begged the magic grandma to help, even if it meant giving up his normal self. The grandma whispered a powerful spell, then boom! Patapim transformed into a huge forest guardian called Bear Patapim. He roared and chased away the people who were ruining the forest. Now, Bear Patapim protects the forest and all his animal friends. But wait, Bear Patapim has a best friend who is a monkey with a banana body. Who is it? Write your answer in the comment. Do you know? Anpali Babel? Here's his story. David was a pro player in the game Block Blast. One day, he joined the Block Blast World Championship, but sadly, he only got third place. He was super sad. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can all be #1 in school. Amin. After that, David trained super hard every day. He played Block Blast in the morning, in the afternoon, and even at night while falling asleep, until he had a strange dream. In his dream, he met the goddess of wisdom, Athena. David begged her to give him more intelligence so he could become #1. Athena agreed and gave him a magical jar of water. David drank the water from the jar and suddenly, boom! When David woke up, his body had changed. Turns out the goddess gave him the wrong jar. Athena just laughed. David had no choice but to accept it. And from that day, people called him Anpali Babel. Now Anpali Babel dares you to write the name of your favorite game in the comments with your eyes closed. I bet you won't get it right. Do you know? Anpali Babel? Anpali Babel! Here's his story. Do you know Spioniro Golubiro? Here's the story. Nelson was a brave reporter who worked for a company called Golubiro. But wait, before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. What do you want to be when you grow up? One day, Nelson secretly took a photo of Alfonso, a mafia boss, during a shady deal. But oh no, Alfonso saw him. He told his men to chase Nelson. Nelson ran as fast as he could, but sadly he got caught. They took him to the mafia hideout and locked him up. Alfonso said, "You'll pay for messing with me." Then they brought Nelson to a secret lab where Alfonso's scientist worked. The evil scientist put Nelson inside a strange machine that mixes living things together. And boom! Nelson was fused with a pigeon. Alfonso laughed. "That's what you get for spying on me." Now, Nelson is known as Spioniro Golubiro, the spy of Golubiro. But wait, he has a mysterious friend, a pigeon with the body of a car? Who could that be? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Spioniro Golubiro? Here's the story. Nelson was a brave reporter who worked... Do you know Hosport? Here's his story. Kevin was a teenager who was totally hooked on Roblox. He played Roblox everywhere. Do you know Hotspot! Here's his story. Kevin was a teenager who was totally hooked on Roblox. He played Roblox everywhere. In the bathroom, at the breakfast table, even during tutoring by begging his teacher for a hotspot. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below, what's the name of your friend who can't stop playing Roblox? One night, Kevin was in his room, deep into Roblox, when, zap, the power went out and his phone battery died. Just then, a mysterious figure in a black cloak knocked on the door and vanished. Kevin peeked outside and spotted a phone lying on the ground. Because he was already addicted, Kevin grabbed the phone and started playing. But suddenly, poof, white smoke burst out, and boom, Kevin's body fused with the phone. Now everyone calls him Pot Hotspot. Half boy, half smartphone. Always connected. Pot Hotspot has a friend who's crazy about the game Block Blast. Can you guess who it is? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Chimpanzini Bananini? Wah, wah, wah. This is his story. Zini was a green monkey with a big body, much bigger than his monkey friends. Because he was so big, Zini loved to tease the smaller monkeys. He always stole their bananas, woke them up while they were sleeping, and even pushed them into the river. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's all try to be kind people. Amen. One day, a small monkey was carrying a banana from deep inside the forest. When Zini saw it, he quickly grabbed the banana and ate it. But suddenly, boom! His body fused with the banana. It turns out the small monkey was actually a wizard who was tired of Zini's bullying. From that day on, everyone in the jungle called him Chimpanzini Bananini. But wait, Chimpanzini Bananini has a friend, a dolphin with a banana body. Who is it? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Echo Cavallo Virtuoso? This is his story. Echo was a brown horse owned by a boy. Do you know Echo Cavallo Virtuoso? This is his story. Echo was a brown horse owned by a boy named Jackson. Jackson and Echo did everything together. Jackson even gave Echo special shoes just for walking beside him. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below. Do you have a pet at home? As Jackson grew up, he became a super talented pianist. Echo loved listening to Jackson play the piano every day. One day, Jackson joined a big piano competition, but sadly, he lost. He felt really sad and didn't want to play music anymore. Echo wanted to cheer Jackson up, so he tried playing the piano himself. But he accidentally played a cursed melody. Suddenly, poof, a cloud of white smoke appeared and boom! Echo's body magically fused with the piano. When Jackson saw it, he couldn't stop laughing. It gave him hope again. Since then, everyone called him Echo Cavallo Virtuoso. But wait, Echo Cavallo Virtuoso has a challenge for you. Can you type the word virtuoso with your eyes closed? I know, and I bet you can't do it. Do you know Elephantucci Bananucci? Here's his story. Tucci was a little elephant who lived in the jungle with other elephants. One day he was playing and chasing a butterfly deep into the forest, but he didn't notice how far he had gone until he realized he was lost. Tucci sat down and started crying. But wait, before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. And comments, have you ever been to a forest? Suddenly, a mysterious figure appeared from the shadows. It was a wise old grandpa, the magical guardian of the forest. He gently brought Tucci to his house and took care of him. Behind Grandpa's house, there was a special tree with magical bananas, but no one was allowed to touch them. If you did, you'd be cursed. One day, Grandpa told Tucci something shocking. The elephant herd had left him on purpose. Tucci felt very sad, then angry. He ran around wildly, not watching where he was going, until he ran into the sacred banana tree and boom! Tucci's body turned into a banana. From that day on, he was known as Elephantucci Bananucci, the new guardian of the forest. But wait, Elephantucci Bananucci has a best friend, a monkey with a banana body. Who is it? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Elephantucci Bananucci? Do you know Bicus Dicus? Here's his story. Bicus is a blackbird and the pet of a Roman emperor. One day, the emperor gave Bicus a big challenge to find and bring back a magical raspberry from the Forbidden Forest. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. And comments. Would you like to have a pet bird at home? Bicus flew far, far away to the Forbidden Forest. When he arrived, he saw that the magical raspberry tree was guarded by a group of wild little monkeys. Bickus was brave and tried to fight them, but there were too many monkeys. Then he lose. Just when things looked really bad, Bickus sang a beautiful song to call for help. Suddenly, a big creature appeared. Gorillo Watermelon Drillo. Gorillo jumped into the battle, smashed the wild monkeys, and won the fight. Bickus picked the magical raspberry and said thank you to Gorillo with a big smile. From that day on, Bickus was named a Roman soldier and given a special title, Bribri Bickus Discus. Bribri Bickus Discus challenges you. Fight. Bickus picked the Suddenly a big creature appeared. Gorillo song to call for help. Suddenly a big creature appeared. Gorillo Watermelon Drillo. Gorillo jumped into the battle, smashed the wild monkeys, and won the fight. Bickus picked the magical raspberry and said thank you to Gorillo with a big smile. From that day on, Bickus was named a Roman soldier and given a special title, Bribri Bickus Discus. Bribri Bickus Discus challenges you. Type Bickus Discus in the comments with your eyes closed. Can you do it? Do you know? La! Esok sekolah! Chapat banget, Anjay. Here's his story. Saka was a high school student who was very smart and always worked hard. He had lots of friends and got along with everyone easily. One day, school went on a long break. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope we all always get first place at school. Amen. During the holiday, Saka stayed up all night playing games and watching TV. He started becoming lazy. When it was finally time to go back to school, Saka didn't feel excited at all. Instead, do you know? La! Esok sekolah! Don't skip school, dear. But Saka didn't listen. He walked to an empty, abandoned house at the edge of the city to hide. He ate the hamburger he bought earlier, but because he was too full, he fell asleep. Suddenly, the house started to shake, and boom! His body got stuck and merged with the haunted house. Turns out the house was cursed by a real witch. La Esok Skola has a brain rot friend with a refrigerator body? Who do you think it is? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Avocadini Antilopini? Here's her story. Lopini was a young antelope with super big horns, much bigger than all the other antelopes in the forest. She loved her horns and felt really proud of them, but she also liked to cause a bit of trouble. Every day, Lopini would chase birds off the trees, scare rabbits for fun, and run around like she owned the forest. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below. What time are you watching this video? One sunny day, Lopini was walking through the forest when she spotted something in the distance. It looked like below. What time are you watching this video? One sunny day, Lopini was walking through the forest when she spotted something in the distance. It looked like a big rock just sitting there. Feeling brave and a little too confident, she said, "Ha! I bet I can knock that rock over with my awesome horns." She ran full speed toward it, but then, surprise! It wasn't a rock at all. It was a sleeping bear. Lopini panicked and ran as fast as she could. She was so scared, she didn't notice where she was going. She entered the forbidden forest. She kept running and boom! Lopini accidentally crashed into a magical avocado tree. Her body fused with an avocado. Now his friends call him Avocadini Antilopini. But wait, Avocadini Antilopini has a friend who's also part avocado. Can you guess who it is? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Perri Perro Peroccello Lemoncello? This is his story. Perro was a yellow lovebird who lived with an old grandpa named Benny. Grandpa Benny loved Perro very much, but Perro was tired of eating the same bird food every single day. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. Do you like birds? One day, Perro decided to fly away into the forest to find something new to eat. He tried worms. Yuck, he didn't like them. He tried bugs. Ew, still didn't like them. Perro stayed in the forest for days, searching and searching, but found nothing he liked. One day, super hungry, Perro kept walking until he saw something shiny and yellow, a lemon tree. He flew closer and saw saw a lemon had fallen on the ground. Curious and starving, Pero pecked at the lemon. But suddenly, boom! His body merged with the lemon. It turns out that was a magic lemon tree owned by an old forest witch. Pero cried and wished he could go home to Grandpa. Ever since that day, he was known as Perocello Lemoncello. But wait, Perocello Lemoncello challenges you to try writing limoncello with your eyes closed. Can you do it? Do you know? Mateo! Mateo! This is his story. Mr. Mateo was a successful businessman in the city. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe, and may we all become successful. Amin. One day, he planned to build a factory in the forest near the city. When he arrived at the construction site, the project manager told him that the forest was the only home for a group of monkeys and asked him to cancel the project. But Mr. Mateo got angry and shouted, "I don't care. Cut down all the trees in this forest." The workers obeyed him, and all the monkeys ran away in panic. The monkey leader then ran to an old magical man, the forest guardian. "Don't worry, I'll teach him a lesson," said the old man. The next day, while Mateo was watching the workers, suddenly the forest guardian appeared and shouted, "Feel this, you greedy man!" Then he vanished. Suddenly, white smoke appeared and boom! Mateo's body started growing fur, just like a monkey. From far away, the forest guardian laughed loudly. Mateo, feeling ashamed, decided to live in the forest with the monkeys. But wait, in the forest, Mateo has a brainrot friend. Who is it? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know? Mateo! Do you know Orangutini Ananasini? Poop pop bada bim. This is his story. Utini was a naughty orangutan who always did whatever he wanted. He often laughed at his friends when they fell while climbing trees, took naps anywhere he liked, and even stole his friends' food. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. May we all become good people, Amin. One day, Utini was running through the forest chasing a rabbit. From a distance, he saw a glowing pineapple, but that pineapple was in a forbidden area of the jungle. Because he was so naughty, Utini didn't care. He went into the forbidden area and ate the pineapple greedily. Suddenly, white smoke appeared and boom! His body merged with the pineapple. It turns out, the pineapple was contaminated with radioactive substances. From that day, the animals in the jungle called him Orangutini Ananasini. But wait, inside the jungle, Orangutini Ananasini has a friend. A crocodile with a pineapple body. Who is it? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Orangutini Ananasini? Poop. Do you know? Do you know? Tracotucotulu de la Peladustuz. This is his story. Tuco was a spoiled camel, the beloved pet of a rich sultan named Khalid. Khalid loved Tuco very much and often took him on rides in his fancy cars. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope we all become rich one day, Amin. But Tuco had a bad habit. He loved to lick Khalid's cars. Sometimes he even kicked them. So naughty. Even so, Khalid never got mad. He simply told his servant to clean the car. "As long as he doesn't touch my antique car in the garage, it's fine," said Khalid. One day, Khalid went on a vacation and left Tuco alone. Tuco was sad, and then he got angry. He sneaked into the garage and started pushing the antique car. Suddenly, and boom! Tuco's body merged with the antique car. Since that day, Khalid gave him a new name, Tracotucotulu de la Peladustuz. But wait, Tracotucotulu de la Peladustuz dares you to try typing de la Peladustus with your eyes closed. Can you do it? Do you know? Do you know? Boom, boom, boom. Gorilo. Watermelon Drillo. This is his story. Gorillo was a big gorilla who guarded the forest. All the animals loved him because he was kind and brave. They lived happily together deep in the forest. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below. Do you have a pet at home? One day, a scary poacher came into the forest and started chasing the animals. While Gorillo was eating a watermelon, a little monkey ran up to him and shouted, "He has a weapon! You can't fight him!" Gorillo was angry that someone was disturbing his peaceful home. He grabbed the watermelon he was eating and smashed it against his chest and boom! The watermelon turned into a strong armor. Gorillo ran to find the poacher, and when the poacher saw him, he got so scared that he ran away. From that day on, Gorillo was known as Gorillo Watermelon Drillo, the watermelon armored forest protector. But wait, Gorillo Watermelon Drillo has a brain rot friend who also has a watermelon body. Who is it? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know? Boom, boom, boom. Gorillo. Watermelon Drillo. Do you know? Brr, brr, gangster Gusini. Le piace sparare con le sue selvagge pistole mafiose. Here's his story. Gaga was a big and strong goose who lived on a farm. He often stole food from the other geese, which made the farmer very angry at him. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. Would you like to have a goose as a pet? One night, Gaga got tired of farm life and ran away. While walking through the city streets, he was almost hit by a car. The driver jumped out and saved him. It was Lucas, a powerful mafia boss in the city. From that day on, Lucas took care of Gaga and trained him to become a mafia member, making Gaga his right-hand goose. But one day, Lucas was arrested by the police for a big crime and sent to jail for 10 years. Since then, Gaga became the new mafia boss, taking Lucas's place, and was called Bear Gangster Gusini. But wait, Bear Gangster Gusini has a rival, a mafia otter. Who is it? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know? Do you know?
Macachini Bananini. Wow.
This is his story. Makakini was a naughty little monkey who lived in the forest. He often rode on deer that were trying to relax, slept on top of turtles while walking, and even pulled the hair of lions who were just daydreaming. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe, and comment what's your favorite animal. One day, Makakini sneaked into a witch grandma's house. On the table, he saw a shiny yellow banana. Of course, he grabbed it. But oh no, the witch caught him red-handed. Makakini panicked and ran all around the house. He slipped and fell right into a giant pot of magical potion, and boom! His body fused with the banana. The witch laughed and said, "From now on, you shall be called Makakini Bananini." Makakini Bananini now has a Brainrot best friend, another monkey with a banana body. Who do you think it is? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know? Do you know?
Graipusi Medusi.
This is her story. Medusi is a small, naughty jellyfish who lives in the sea. She often pulls the tails of fish while they're swimming, and even wakes up sharks that are sleeping. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below. Have you ever seen a jellyfish in the sea? One afternoon, a cruise ship passed through the sea while holding a big party. Someone on the ship accidentally spilled some grape-flavored drink into the ocean. Medusi, curious about the music, swam up to check it out. But then, oops, she accidentally drank the grape juice. Suddenly, her body started glowing purple and boom! Her body transformed into a purple grape. From that day on, all the sea creatures called her Graipusi Medusi. But wait, Graipusi Medusi has a brain-rot friend with a shrimp body. Who is it? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Abonono Chimpanzee Nono? Here's his story. Abo was a naughty chimpanzee who lived near a village. He often bullied smaller chimps, jumped around on the rooftops of villagers' houses, and even stole avocados from their gardens. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. May we all become good people, Amin. One night, Abo ate too many avocados and fell asleep on top of an avocado tree. Suddenly, a mysterious spaceship appeared and shined a bright light down on the tree. The spaceship only wanted to collect some avocados, but by accident, it also took Abo along. When Abo woke up, he was shocked to find himself inside a glass tube. The aliens noticed him and rushed to shut off the machine, but it was too late. The glass tube released a strange smoke and boom! Abo's body merged with the avocado. The aliens quickly sent Abo back to Earth. When the villagers found out, they all laughed at him. From that day on, they gave him the name Abonono Chimpanzee Nono. But wait, Abonono Chimpanzee Nono has an enemy, the alien who fused him with the avocado. Who is it? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Abonono Chimpanzee Nono? Here's his story. Abo was a naughty chimpanzee who lived near a village. He often bullied small... Do you know Zebralini? Here's his story. Zubra was a hard-working zebra who lived in the desert near a traditional market. He loved helping people, giving tourists rides, carrying shopping bags, and making all the market sellers happy. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. May we all become hard-working people, Amin. One day, a kind tourist gave Zubra a pair of shoes as a thank you gift. Ever since then, Zubra couldn't stop running. He ran around the market, across the desert roads, and everywhere he went, he was full of energy. One day, he saw a pickup truck full of fresh watermelons. Excited, he chased it down the road. Suddenly, one watermelon bounced off the truck and hit Zubra straight in the body and boom! His body fused with the watermelon. From that day on, he became known as Zebralini. But wait, Zubra has a challenge for you. Try typing Zebralini with your eyes closed. Can you do it? Do you know Do you know Bambini Crosini? Here's the story. Nico was a plant scientist who lived in a lab near the forest. He loved croissants more than anything. Breakfast, croissant. Before bed, croissant. Even when he worked in the lab, yup, he always carried a croissant with him. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. Have you ever eaten a croissant? One day, Nico was working on an experiment, but it went totally wrong. He got super mad and accidentally spilled his strange experiment liquid all over his croissant. Still angry, Nico threw the croissant into the forest. The next morning, a deer named Bambini was running through the forest. He saw the croissant and got curious. Without thinking too much, Bambini ate it. Suddenly, a weird light burst out and boom! Bambini fused with the croissant. From that day on, everyone called him Bambini Crosini, and his forest friends could eat croissants for free every day. But wait, Bambini Crosini has a best friend. He's a rhino with a toaster body. Who is it? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Sahur? This is his story. Tata was a successful fruit juice seller. His stall was always crowded with customers. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's hope we can all be successful people. Amen. One day, Tata went to the market to buy ingredients for his business. On the way home, he saw an antique shop. Tata walked in and looked around until he was drawn to a beautiful antique teapot. He bought the teapot, but the old lady who owned the shop warned him, "Don't use this teapot for drinking, okay?" When Tata got home, he was hungry, so he cooked super spicy noodles and ate them. His mouth was burning. Too thirsty to go to the kitchen, he grabbed the teapot and drank the water inside, and boom! His body merged with the teapot. It turned out the teapot was an ancient curse. Since that day, people have called him Tatata Sahur. But wait, Tatata Sahur has a challenge for you. Say Brainrot using the same name, Sahur. I'm sure you can't answer it. Do you know? Bombardino Jamalino. إنه جمل عربي يطير. This is his story. Jamalino is a camel who lives in the desert near a fighter jet airfield. Every day, he spends his time walking around and watching the jets train in the sky. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment what time are you watching this video. One day, Jamalino climbed a cliff in the desert. From the top, he saw a fighter jet on fire, heading straight toward him. Curious, Jamalino walked closer to the jet, but suddenly, boom! The jet exploded. Magically, pieces of the jet stuck to Jamalino's body. He was so happy because now he could fly. From that day on, he was called Bombardino Jamalino. But wait, Bombardino Jamalino has an enemy, a crocodile with the body of a plane. Who is it? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know? Bombardino. Do you know? Lirili larila. Elefante nel deserto che cammina qua e là. This is his story. Larila was the leader of an elephant herd in the desert. He was a strong and brave leader, but sometimes got angry too easily. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's all try to be patient people. Amin. One day, Larila and his herd stopped some wild animals from entering the village. The villagers were so thankful, they gave him a pair of sandals. Feeling very tired, Larila drank a lot of water and fell fast asleep. While he was sleeping deeply, suddenly, a ringing alarm clock came out of a portal and startled him. Larila, who had a short temper, got very angry and kicked a cactus tree until it glowed green and boom! His body and legs changed into a cactus. From that day on, he is called Lirili Larila, and his personality became kind and wise. But wait, Lirili Larila has a cactus-bodied brainrot friend. Who is it? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know? Lirili Larila, elefante nel... Do you know garam mararam raraman mararaman dan madudung dung dung tak tuntung perkuntung? This is their story. Ramram and Dung Dung were twin brothers who had a pizza restaurant. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe, and comment if you like eating pizza. At first, their restaurant went viral and many people came. But one day, in front of their place, a new restaurant opened. That new restaurant was always full of visitors. From noon until night, people lined up. Ram and Dung Dung's restaurant became empty, and they felt sad. but they had a plan. They wanted to take the secret recipe from their rival. At night, they sneaked inside the rival's restaurant. They saw the salt and honey they were looking for. Before taking it, they tried it. Suddenly, boom! They turned into salt and honey. They were cursed because they stole something that wasn't theirs. From that day, they were called Garamararam and Madudungdungdung. But wait, they challenge you to write Garamararam and Madudungdungdung with your eyes closed. Can you do it? Do you know Garamararam? Do you know about Brr este patipum? Bukan sembarangan este. This is his story. Patipum was a naughty and lazy college student. He often made trouble at school and even fell asleep when the class just started. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope we don't become lazy people. Amin. One morning, Patipum asked permission to go to college. But while driving his father's car, he skipped class and went to his friend's house to play PlayStation until late at night. When his friend was already asleep, Patipum felt very thirsty. He went to the fridge without asking and found a glass of iced tea that looked so fresh. Without thinking, Patipum drank it. Suddenly, boom! His body fused with the glass of iced tea. That was the result of lying to his parents. Now, he is called Brr este patipum. But wait, Brr este patipum even has a ninja friend who is under a curse. Who is he? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Chef Crabracadabra? This is his story. Do you know Chef Crabracadabra? This is his story. George was a chef in a famous seafood restaurant, but he was very arrogant. Many people admired his cooking, but he always looked down on his assistant and said, "You will never match my skills." Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's all... Do you know Chef Crabracadabra? Down on his assistant and said, "You learn to be humble." Amin. One day, George's hand was pinched by a crab he was about to cook. At home, he treated his wound and wrapped it in a bandage. That night, while he was sleeping, a bright light came out of the bandage and suddenly, boom! His body changed into a crab. He cried loudly. It turned out the crab was the poisonous pet of the sea god. From that day on, George became kind and no longer arrogant. And people gave him a new name, Chef Crabracadabra. But wait, Chef Crabracadabra is now challenging you to write Crabracadabra with your eyes closed. Can you do it? Do you know? Nuclearo dinosauro. La única arma capaz de matarlo el bombardillo crocodillo. This is his story. One day, a military soldier was given a mission to investigate a cave near the military base. When the soldier entered the cave, he found a T-Rex fossil. After that, the T-Rex fossil could be used as a military weapon. Since that moment, the military soldiers were ordered to start building a nuclear plane powered by the T-Rex. It turned out they did this to take revenge on Bombardiro Crocodilo, who once attacked their base. Finally, the nuclear plane powered by the T-Rex was finished and given the name Project Nuclearo Dinosauro. Nuclearo Dinosauro, controlled by the military commander, attacked Bombardiro Crocodilo's plane and, boom! Nuclearo Dinosauro succeeded in taking revenge for the military. But wait, Nuclearo Dinosauro has another enemy fighter plane. Who is it? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know? Kurma dun 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 dun. Si pambasmi para manusia mokel. This is his story. Dudu was a rich and successful businessman. He owned the biggest date fruit store in the city. But Dudu was also a very arrogant boss who always did whatever he wanted. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. Only if you're not an arrogant person. One day, everything in the store was a mess because one of his workers made a mistake. At that moment, an old man who looked very hungry came and asked for some dates. But instead of helping, Dudu yelled at him and said, "I will never give dates to a beggar like you." The old man walked away and whispered, "May you face the result of your pride." Dudu got even angrier and started stomping on the dates that were scattered all over the floor. But suddenly, boom! His body fused with the dates. He cried and deeply regretted everything he had done. Since that day, people started calling him Kukurma Dundun Dudundun. But wait, Kukurma Dundun Dudundun has a camel with a refrigerator body. Who is it? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know? Kurma Dundun